Hi everyone, thank you for joining us. It's been a short break that we took, but after a lot of time we got in touch with Kunal, and Kunal has agreed to do this weekly session with us, which we call it as the Street this week. The concept behind it is to review the indices this week, some stock action that happened, and what to look forward in the week. This is done with the intent that each and every individual learns and grows together as in the stock market, because going forward, I think everybody should be a participant. India is still very underinvested as a country compared to any other leading markets. Taking no time apart, I hand over the floor to Kunal. Kunal, thank you for joining us and thank you for agreeing to do this.
Thank you so much, Neil. It's my pleasure to get associated again with your entire team. Fortunately, my company's name is also The Streets, and here we are doing The Street this week. So this should go very well going forward. All right, so let's go through the entire session. The presentation is divided in 4 parts. We are going to discuss about the stocks. We are going to first discuss about the indices, then moving forward on movers and shakers, and then we have indices which we need to keep in mind. And then at the end, we'll discuss about few stocks. So here we go. Indices first for this week. Yeah, we saw a lot of volatility this week, and the reason being we had a break in between. This week was only for 4 days. Monday gap down open, Tuesday was a gap up open, Wednesday was a break, Thursday was again gap down open, Friday was flat opening positive, and we ended negative. So a lot of volatility. But when it comes to price action, I give a lot of importance to price action. And if you look at this entire formation on Nifty, you can see there is a black trend line made right from the bottom, right? So that's from April 2020, where the markets made bottom, till now. This market was clearly holding that entire trend line, and the trend remains intact till now. If you just focus on the last formation, those green lines, these are looking like parallel lines, but they are converging towards each other, and the formation looks like falling wedge. Now in technical terms, I'll be using this technical terms, and I'll be explaining the same. So this falling wedge is a bullish formation. You can see right from beginning of 2021, markets are just taking the support of the same trend line and bouncing. Even on Thursday, when there was a gap down open, markets exactly bounced from that level itself. It shows that markets are not really willing to go down for time being. Had it been so much negatives, markets would have collapsed because this trend line, black trend line, was broken. But here it's taking the support of green trend line again. So 2 levels to watch out for. First level is highlighted using that red line. That's 14,460. We closed at 14,340. 14,460 is going to be the breakout level, the first minor breakout of that red trend line, which you can see. Confirming that breakout, we will be little sure that the bottom is already formed, and the final breakout will be 14,800 to watch out for. Out of these two, so first will be 14,460 followed by 14,800. If these two levels are taken out, I think markets are going to make a new high very soon. So watch out for 14,460 and 800. Coming to one more chart of Nifty. Now this is along with Ichimoku charting. Now this Ichimoku is an indicator which confirms the trend of the market. Right from July, when the markets came above those levels, you can see that there was a red cloud formation here. Markets crossed that and constantly remained above that itself. It's the first time in this week where the markets went below the cloud. But look at all the candles which are below the cloud. They all are looking almost bullish, except for Tuesday. All candles are looking fair, right? So yes, it is below cloud, but the breakout of that cloud, red line, which you can see, is coinciding with Spenco B. Spenco B is the bottom of that cloud line, right? So that's 14,460, and the high end of the cloud is again at 14,800. So you're watching out for those levels itself. Once these levels breakout come, I think Ichimoku support will also continue in the same direction. Mind you, the bottom which is formed, that's 14,100, is a cautious zone for us. If market remains below 14,000 to 14,100 for a couple of days, then our view may turn bearish. But as of now, this is a time where if markets spike, we'll have a favorable risk reward ratio. So stay bullish on Nifty as of now. Okay, coming to Bank Nifty, we cannot speak about markets without looking at this chart, right? So look at the formation. There are multiple things to watch out for here. during that fall of March 2020, there was a level where there was a gap down, which is highlighted with the black trend line again. You can see constantly markets after breaking out that zone again somewhere in November, December 2020 is taking the support of that. Now this is called as change in polarity. In change in polarity, the earlier levels which were acting as a resistance will now start acting as a support, and that's what we have witnessed. There are 4 times markets have taken the support of the same trend line, mind you, this week and the previous week again. When the markets made the bottom, it was on the same trend line again. The level to watch out was 30,450. The best part of this index is that Bank Nifty is down by almost 19.5% from the peak. Now that's 20% correction. Official declaration of indices turning bearish is 20%, right? So we are almost there. Risk reward ratio is extremely favorable. So if the next rally emerges on Nifty, which is anyway supportive as of now on the formation, the market, the rally will be led by banking stocks. So watch out for this segment. I'm very bullish on banking, looking at the formations which are happening. And the best part is we saw all negatives coming in, right? So we saw the lockdown announcement coming in and all political drama which we saw recently. You can see markets have not gone below 30,450. Bank Nifty has not gone below that level since last 10 days. That shows the resilience of this level. So if market reverses from here, we will see all banking names again leading the rally, and we never know, a new high may even come on the Bank Nifty. So the trend is still positive. Risk reward ratio is extremely positive. We stay bullish. Okay, let's move on to movers and shakers and see how which stocks actually really performed this time, right? So we have first in Nifty, we saw Tata Steel, Dr. Reddy's, JSW Steel. Now, steel sector has been in the limelight since months, right? And all stocks are doing really good. So, any trigger, any positive trigger in the market will you will find these part in these segments. So, of course, metal to watch out for even for the coming weeks, couple of weeks, because the strength is really good. Dr. Reddy's and all pharma, this entire month the pharma sector was in the limelight, and Dr. Reddy's, mind you, Dr. Reddy's, Cipla, Cadila, all announcements which were coming on the medicines front or vaccination front was driving the rally, and these sectors, these stocks may remain in limelight going forward too. But yes, change in sector may happen, but yes, the stocks are doing pretty good. They did good. They are expected to continue with a sideways to positive momentum. Which stocks actually fell down? So you will see all those cement counters which were in limelight in the beginning of April saw some kind of correction, and that's how the change in sector happens, right? So looking at this screen, one thing is sure that there may be some kind of profit booking in defensive segment. So HUL, we have IT stocks which are Tech Mahindra, you have Infi, TCS, Wipro. These counters came down a bit. At the same time, we had a massive spurt in cement sector. So post positive results, the prices are coming down, which is showing some kind of profit booking happening there. And now those sectors which were not in limelight for the month are something where we need to focus on so that we can ride the rally. So these were mainly laggards for the week. Coming to next, now of course, ICICI Securities, after the stellar numbers, outperformed this entire segment. Indiabulls Housing, after the collaboration announcement with HDFC for the funding requirements of housing buyers. So these were the stocks in limelight. JSPL, yes, was really outperforming in the entire metal sector. Watch out even for JSL, that's Jindal Stainless Limited, and Jindal Hisar, JSL Hisar. They are also looking very good. Yes, they were not in top 5, but they may outperform the market in the coming time. Okay, the losing counters, you see Coforge, now that's an IT segment again. Escort, Dalmia is somewhere into cement segment itself, and the stocks which generally the momentum continues this way itself. The counters which were in the outperforming list couple of weeks back are showing some kind of profit booking. Why so? Because I'm getting attractive bet somewhere else. It makes sense for institutions to exit these counters for short term and move on to taking the opportunity where there is a favorable risk reward ratio, right? Coming to small cap, TV18 post results announcement, and this was this counter in limelight because of announcements coming in. Stock really did well, coming out of massive consolidation, and this seems the beginning of it. Shilpa Medicare, again vaccination announcement came there. Vocard was really outperforming. So this week, I was fortunate enough to win that Khiladi #1 tag. There, the first pick of mine was Vocard itself. From 490 it went up to almost 545, 550 kind of zone. Yes, there was a profit booking at the end, but still on week basis, this counter is really looking good. PVR, though there were negative announcements all over around the lockdown, but yes, this counter outperformed, which gives us a firm belief that we should be looking at first price action and then following the fundamental news on. There are many poor performing counters at least, and they were not really massive looking at the rally which we saw in the past. So Vakrangi Software, SpiceJet, DML, those was okay, but the trend is still really positive in all these negative ended counters also. All right, so let's move on to the next section and speak about word of the week. Now here we are going to speak about the price action. Now what do we mean by price action? Price action means we are going to speak about the area where there is a potential demand likely to emerge, or the area where the supply is likely to emerge. So we are going to focus more on the risk reward ratio. Keeping that in mind, we are going to speak about which sectors may outperform, which stocks may outperform. It's too early to speak because the rallies are yet to emerge. The way we spoke about Bank Nifty, you saw that massive trend line support coming since 10 days, 30,450 being the strong support. It's a support. Whether it will spike up from this level is to be seen. So we are going to discuss about those sectors and those stocks where the favorable risk reward ratio is seen from long's perspective. Why long? Number one, Nifty is still in that falling wedge formation, which is not showing me the signs of weakness, but in fact, I'm watching this from bullish market perspective as of now. Number two is Bank Nifty. Again, down by around 19.5% from the peak and right near to the bottom. Good consolidation over 10-15 days, which is again very bullish. There is one more sector which I'm going to discuss. Again, there is extremely favorable risk reward ratio after a massive correction. So we are going to speak from those bullish side as of now, and we will review the same again in the next week, right? So stocks in focus. So first I'm taking up a segment which is auto segment. Now that's Nifty Auto. You can see right from bottom of March and April 2020, which was an anyway exception, from 4,400 index went up to almost 11,200, right? And from there we are down by around 15.5 to 16%, almost 16%. The moving average which you can see on the chart is 115 periods moving average. Now why so exceptional number? It's because moving average has to be placed with trial and error. Whichever number looks really offering the support and resistance to the ongoing trend, we follow that as a moving average for that particular stock. So Bank Nifty Auto Index is showing a decent consolidation near to the same zone. Yes, there was a negative candle which broke that level lower side, but check out the next candle itself. I'm talking about this phase. The second candle itself was a massive up, which confirmed that the same trend line may offer the support. And it's been now almost 6-7 days, the index is hovering at the same level. That red line which you can see is just equal to the previous swing high. So earlier resistance will offer the support, change in polarity. I'm keeping the things simple. So, this seems to be in limelight going forward. The down channel, which is already made using these black colors lines, if the price goes above this decisively, I'll be bullish on this segment. It's gonna be at least 10% rally on this index. So we watch out for stocks under this segment first. So I'm talking about Maruti. Now this is my favorite counter because I entered market in 2004 with the Maruti IPO itself. So I always keep tracking this segment. You can see again change in polarity, that black line which is made constantly. Initially the market was taking the resistance, then the stock took the support of the same level. It's the third time where the same level is tested. The beauty of that support is there was a hammer formation on the chart. This candle formation is called as hammer formation, which confirms the likely bottom in place. Two trend lines which are downward sloping with the red line are forming the falling wedge. So what we wait is for the breakout to come. So the zone to watch out for, right now stock is trading at 66.75. The level to watch out for will be 67.25 to 68.50. If that zone is taken out, we expect, I expect a bullish rally on this, and we should be into this counter, because here my risk reward ratio is extremely favorable. You might be wondering as to why these two levels, why not only one level? See, I don't look at the technicals from exact level perspective. I give a lot of importance to the trend of the market. So once this first 67.25 is taken out and market remains above that and crosses 68.50 decisively, which is this particular gap area which you can see on the chart, and the previous high, once these two levels are taken out, we expect this entire down rally to convert into an up rally, and that's gonna be the place to place our buy orders. Stop loss can be approximately 6,500. Initially, it may look little longer, but mind you, this falling wedge has a target of the beginning of the falling wedge, that's 8,000 to 8,250. So let's see how it pans out, because it's a daily chart. We'll have to keep reviewing if the breakout comes through, but watch out for Maruti. Risk reward ratio is extremely favorable. The second is Bajaj Auto. Again, almost all segments are doing the same thing, but here the specific thing is, you can see right from April till March 2021, this entire rally initially was a positive rally, then there was a consolidation, again a positive rally, a massive fall, but this is not a fall. Look at the previous rally. There was a steep rally, right? So the prices have come down and retracing the correction. They are in the correction mode, but retracing, and last 20-25 days, that's from beginning of mid of March till now, you can see that there is a consolidation. Prices are in just channel itself. So watch out for any segment wherever such consolidation is happening. So Bajaj Auto, if at all goes above say 3700 kind of zone, will convert my this downtrend, which is now into consolidation, into an uptrend. So we watch out for Bajaj Auto and similar formations. Once these stocks are confirmed, we'll definitely take up these counters in the next review meetings again, right? Coming to State Bank of India now, because banking index is looking attractive, let's watch out for heavy weighted segment stocks under the same segment, right? So State Bank of India down by around 25% from the peak. The beauty of this chart is what? The massive rally started somewhere at 280, went up to 350, and from 350 there was a gap up open and the counter went up to 425. That was a massive rally. People were jumping and buying near to this 400 as if there is no tomorrow. Now we are getting that opportunity. Prices have come down, retraced by almost 50%. You can see this 50% return here. I'm taking the bottom of 215 and the high of 425. The retracement is exactly at 50%. A hammer formation, bullish candles since last 2 days, is somewhat confirming that the bottom may be in place. Look at this trend line which is made right at the bottom, black color trend line. If price goes below 322, my entire formation may get negated for time being. But if markets have to go up, State Bank may lead the rally again. All the banking stocks, now there are 6 or 7 stocks in the Nifty Bank Index. SBI is the only PSU segment which is extremely heavy weighted in the segment. So if Bank Nifty goes up, SBI may offer us the good trade with the favorable risk reward ratio. So watch out for this segment, right? Coming to Axis Bank, again, one PSU ho gaya. Now we come to private segment bank. Why Axis Bank? Why no other banks? Yes, there are many similar formations, but what's more attractive about Axis Bank is that the trend line which is made in that black color, you can see right from April. Initially, the trend line was offering resistance. Here was a gap up. This candle was gap up, but the closing came down itself. Once this breakout came, the same trend line is offering support to me. So again, change in polarity, that's number one. Second thing is this red line which you can see. It was a flat resistance on the chart near to this 630, 640 mark. 3 times resistance, recovery, and now prices took the support at the same level. Again, in this week's game show, I placed my buy order on Axis Bank because my favorable risk reward ratio was available right onto the support, and I made around 5.5% only on Axis Bank itself. It's amazingly placed. Counter has already shown us a correction of 21-22% right from the peak. From there, it's up by around 5%, but still my risk reward ratio is extremely favorable. So watch out for this. By any chance, if this counter is available to us near to 640 mark or something, I would go gung-ho on this counter because my risk reward ratio is extremely favorable. And if Bank Nifty goes up, these two segments, these two counters will definitely outperform, or say at least will continue in the positive direction, right? Okay. So these were the stocks to watch out for. We are keeping as of now short and precise. Reason being, there are multiple things to check on the screen and on the chart. So let's continue with the flow. And Neil, I hope this presentation was short and precise. What we can do is we can take up the reviews of our viewers at the end. And at the end, we can start improving our presentation, and we can add little more stocks if at all they wish to do so. Over to you, Neil.
Thanks, Kunal. I'm just stopping this share.
Sure.
So thanks, Kunal, for joining us today and sharing your quick insights on these two aspects. This next week, we will catch you again reviewing these, and maybe we'll work on improvising, and we'll take feedback from people. What do they want? What do they don't want to capture? We'll keep on improving. So thank you all for quickly tuning in. We'll try to do this every week. Our intent is that all of you learn and all of you grow with us as much possible. And we'll try to insert as much we can, but we still want to keep it short, crisp due to the time constraints. So thank you, everyone, and happy trading for next week. Thanks, Kunal. We see you again next Saturday, and we quickly record this.
Sure, Neil. Thanks a lot. Bye.